Hi, I'm Pete, and welcome to Just a Few Acres Farm. It's another rainy, cool spring day on the farm. Everything is fairly soaked. It's been raining for the past 4 days off and on. We've probably gotten a total of between 2 and 3 inches. There's not a lot I can do outside on a rainy day like this, so I tend to catch up with stuff inside and go out and run errands, get supplies for the farm. But today I thought in this video we'd go around and check on the animals. There's a few things I need to get done despite the rain. And the first thing I gotta do is take care of this whining bunch. My gosh, it's gotten muddy out here, guys. Time for you to move. I was gonna call them up to the top here, but they're all coming up. Must be they finished eating down below. You're waiting for further orders, aren't you? This field here is about the tallest that I got. It's the one at the top of our property. It's only a couple acres, but I'm going to turn the cattle loose on here. Are you guys okay with that? Just general grumbling and unhappiness. All right, guys. Make way. Look out. I hear chomping. I didn't move them because they were running low on grass. I moved them to change their trails so that the areas that were getting muddy would be preserved and not get muddier. And then after it dries out a little bit, the grass should sprout right back up in them. Hey, 2107. You're not sure, are you? Oh. I don't blame you. You can go back to eating. One thing this rain is doing a great job of cleaning all the mud from the winter bedding packs off of them. They're looking real good. You are too, Polly Walnuts. They say, let's go and see what else is in this field that's good to eat. Explore the space, y'all. They are happy. The grass is nice and juicy and tender today. I know I sound like a broken record, but there is nothing more peaceful than standing in a field with cattle and listening to them eat and watching them eat, watching them move around. Watching them run, that guy's particularly happy, I guess. Hi, Tulip. They seem to be loving this grass. They're really chomping into it, even though they were coming back up from the lower field, and I assume their bellies were full. They're going to town here. They sure are shoveling it down. You see that tongue come out and wrap around a big bunch of grass and draw it in, and man. It's sloppy. I'm going to close off this gate and keep them out of this lower area, the whole major part of our farm entirely. And it's supposed to quit raining and dry out here in a couple days. What are you guys doing? You're goofy. What are you talking about? You can eat in that field. I think they came back over here just to see what I was up to. You guys go back and eat. In my mind, ruminants have always been where it's at. If you grow them, you know. If you raise them, you know. All they need is what's growing up out of the ground right here where they're eating. I don't have to call the feed truck, worry about them running out of feed. I don't have to pay anybody, except I just need to grow good grass. And That's where it's at for me. It's simple. And all the folks that say, oh, you know, poultry's where it's at because it's most efficient feed conversion or the fast growing breeds of swine. I'm like, no, simplicity. It's ruminants. Things that can eat grass and turn it into protein. Just amazing to me. I am continually amazed when I think about it. I think you know where we're going now. You guys have decided to retreat from the hay pile outside and shelter in here. Huh, Bossy Pig, that is a funny way to lay. Billy boy, how you doing? Come and see me. Hey, bud. I looked at a picture I took back in late February. What is that? 2 months ago with this guy? He's like this tall. He's just a little guy. Now he's big. He's ready to meet some sows, I think. Or some gilts. You're a good boy. You are. Just as long as you get scratched in the right place, right? That's the deal we have. I'll be nice to you and you be nice to me. We'll stand broadside so people can get a look at you. You're not going to, are you? No. You keep facing me. I want to show folks how big your shoulders are. I do. I really enjoy interacting with animals, but I have other purposes in doing it. I find if I'm raising an animal and I can touch it and pet it any place, you know, and I try it when they're little and get them used to it, then they're going to be hand friendly when they get older, and they're going to be a lot easier for me to work with, and it benefits both the animal and me. Hey Brownie, how are your little monkeys doing? I see them over there, and the benefits of that include being able to climb in with a mama sow when she has little piglets and having her be okay with that. Hi little ones. You're nice looking piglets. You are running around. Oh, yeah. Mom's keeping guard here. She's okay. Little piggies are out exploring now, but they spend most of their time right under here in the Piglet nursery underneath this heat lamp. It's been cold enough where they like the extra warmth, and Mom lays right there with her nose sticking in here, and the piglets are nice and protected and kept warm. Here they go into the shelter. Maybe not. Mom's saying, don't bite my ear. That's not edible. It seems like I always have news on the swine front. And the news I have today is I haven't been able to locate any purebred stock. The days around here are gone where people would show them at 4-H. Even Cornell University that used to keep hundreds of sows, they don't keep any anymore. So I'm having a really hard time finding purebred anything. And I'm pretty flexible when it comes to breeds. So the latest thing is that the breeder that's the next town over from me that I was going to buy the crossbred stock from, it turns out he's getting out of it. Like most people are, they're raising pigs. And he said, well, I've got some, proven sows and a few gilts and a boar that I'd like to sell. So next week I'm going to go over and take a look at what he has, and chances are I'm going to bring back maybe a proven sow and a gilt, and I don't know. We'll see what we see when we look at the stock. Chickens! Rooster. Egg production keeps going up. Bird flu keeps going up too. They tested and found bird flu at a pheasant farm that Cornell still raises some pheasants. I think it's Cornell. Anyway, not far from here, less than 10 miles, a few weeks ago, and they had to kill all the birds. I think bird flu is here to stay, and we held these ladies inside for a week or so when that happened, and then figured, well, contamination is what it is. If it's around, we're either going to get it or not. We let them back out, and we're going to be putting them out onto pasture. We've made the decision that either way they're going to be exposed if they're going to be exposed, and might as well put them out on pasture. So that'll be happening sometime in May when the weather cooperates. Rush hour. Did you get kicked out? We'll just put that right in here. We got a pretty full house in here. Alright, I got a little comparison for you here. This broiler chick is a little under 2 weeks old. Cute little guy. And this broiler chick is a little under 4 weeks old. Look at the difference. Oh my gosh, you guys grow like crazy. You're eaters. You are. We always face a decision with our first batch of broilers on when to put them out. At 3 weeks old, broilers are hardy down to, I forget the exact number, it's around 35 degrees. So that's a pretty cold night, and we're looking at nights now that are between 35 and 40 degrees. But the problem is, even though they're hardy down to that temperature, they'll pile when they get close to that temperature. And we don't want them piling because they smother the ones on the bottom. So we've waited, and we'll typically wait 4 weeks for the first batch, keep them here in the brooder, let them spread out into the back. But now we're facing another batch of chicks coming in a couple days, and we've got all 3 of these brooder pens filled right now. So what we're going to have to do for a few days until the 3rd day after the next batch comes and the nights warm up to be in the upper 40s and 50s is put the larger, older batch in this larger back pen, and then put the 3rd batch in here, and they'll only be in that back pen for a couple days. Then we'll ship them out to pasture, and we'll start our pastured broilers for the year out there. All summer long we put them out at between 2 and 3 weeks of age, but these cold early batches, it's always a judgment call. Yep, it's that kind of day, pigs, isn't it? Well, you got something to say. You coming over to tell me about it? 3 more weeks on these guys. Hi, Orton. You gotta juice your hay, you know. That's right. They're the best of buds as long as no females are around. This was a quiet video of a quiet day on the farm. Like most of our lives are on most days. Quiet. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I run into a disconnect because I'm on social media, YouTube. And there's an urge to always find something exciting and unusual and not something that people see in their lives every day. And unfortunately, and sometimes I feel bad about this, I can't offer that. I don't have shiny, new, giant equipment. I'm not buying tons of stuff and showing it off on the farm. I have a basic belief that all that stuff just makes life more complicated, not necessarily easier. And I want to thank you all for continuing to watch the channel, even despite though I don't have all that stuff. It's just me and my family, the farm, and the animals. Thank you very much. I say that from the bottom of my heart. One final thing to close this video, I want to remind folks again that I won't be at the Ithaca Farmers Market this Saturday, May 7th, I guess it is. I'll be at the auction at Whitney Point. So if you show up at the farmer's market and I'm not there, don't say I didn't warn you. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.